Now, have you seen all these young millionaires posting about their cars,
Lamborghini,
their house, and the places that they go to, and you wonder how exactly did they get the money? They funded all their businesses with 0% funding. Now, I have been helping entrepreneurs achieve 6 figures in 0% funding by exactly using this banking loopholes, and this content won't stop anytime soon. So make sure you subscribe to my channel for more valuable content like this. Now, let's be straight up. You have clicked on this video for a reason. You might have a job that might pay your bills, or you have a side hustle that might need funding, or maybe an idea you think might change the world. But right now, you must be in the same shoes I was about 2 years ago. I went from going to college and now make 6 figures in revenue this year. And trust me guys, you can do this exactly and acquire 6 figures in capital if you are committed and if you have the conviction to take action. And that's exactly why you're watching this video, to learn how to acquire 0% funding and leverage into guaranteed cash on cash return. Now, I want you guys to understand some of the mistakes that you guys are making. If you're someone that overlooks upon your credit score and has never thought that credit score can get you 6 figures in 0% capital, essentially free money, then this is exactly where you need to start. Credit scores still considered you made on-time payment even if you make minimum payment. So make sure you keep that in mind to set all your cards on minimum automatic payment. That way you have no delinquencies, no derogatories on your credit profile. You need to go ahead and optimize your credit and nurture your credit with more credit mix. And the way you do that is by adding some trade lines, by visiting this one website called coachtradelines.com and purchasing a trade line onto your account so that you can actually go ahead and build solid factors like average age and gross credit limit on your account. Now, if you want to save money and not buy a trade line, then you can become an authorized user onto someone else's account so that you can piggyback on their good profile and you can synchronize good payment history and good factors onto your credit. Now, let me talk about what exactly you need to do after you have achieved a certain credit score, which is ideally 750 and above. Now, first of all, you need a business entity to funnel that funding onto. This particular funding is going to be unsecured funding and it's going to be PG'd. That means that it's going to be personal guarantored on your credit score. So the higher your credit score is, the more fundability you have on your business. First of all, you want to establish a relation with the top 4 banks. That includes Chase, US Bank, Bank of America, and American Express. The reason why is because the more relation you have across multiple banks on the business side, that means your business is in a good standing. Now you want to go ahead and establish a relationship manager who can go ahead and manually underwrite your application. Now what that means is that an actual underwriter will look at your application and determine your fundability. Instead of application processing through a robotic approval, which is what happens when you walk into the bank, or apply online, which is what I want you guys to avoid so that we can maximize on funding and we can get 5 to 10 times more limits than normal. These type of managers are not accessible to every single one. They only work with businesses that is doing more than $1 million a year. If you do want to get access to the relationship managers, we have built a strong relation with the relationship managers across multiple top banks and regional banks, and we directly deal with the underwriters. Now, you genuinely want to make sure that your business and your personal profile is optimized before you take this step, because if you apply for funding without properly optimizing your credit on the both sides, the personal and business, then you're not going to get that much fundability. Without optimization, you can only receive $2,000 to $10,000 in approval. With optimization, with having the right connections, you can get approved for at least $50,000 in funding. The most common way that you can use that funding to make guaranteed return on investment is real estate fix and flip, where you can leverage your capital, which is at 0% in a fix and flip project, as a third lien holder. Typically, a third lien holder is a passive investor who is locked in as a gap investor for at least 14 weeks with a guaranteed 25% return on investment. Now, the second type of opportunity you can invest in is liquid lending. That means that you can start lending out money and have a compliant lending infrastructure built out by us so that you can go ahead and consolidate people's debt and invest into multiple projects. Now, there is abundance of opportunity that will make you guaranteed return on investment. I only genuinely preach guaranteed return on investment opportunities at SkillKit because I have been a victim of a lot of scams in the online space. So I tell myself not to go for any opportunities that's not going to be guaranteed return on investment, because you must make sure that you make your return on your investment in at least 12 months before the 0% period ends to be in a much better position financially. Learn from my experience. Some of the common questions you might have is, how do I get started? As I mentioned, you need to fix your credit first. Removing all the negative items through credit repair or doing it yourself. Now, I have plenty of videos on my YouTube channel to teach you how to repair your credit yourself. So go ahead and watch those videos. Now, you may even ask, where can I make an LLC? You can visit inkfile.com and make yourself an LLC within the next 72 hours. It's that simple, guys. Stop putting your business expenses on the personal side. It is destroying your credit. There's a reason why it's called limited liability company. You're not pouring all the business liability on yourself. So God forbid, if you are a victim of a scam just like I was, then you can literally call the bank and report this as a charge-off. If you didn't have a business structure, you might not even get your money back. So that's how you stay protected under a business. Now, I hope that answers all your questions. And if you have any questions about 0% funding and if you need connections directly to the underwriters, then reach out to me on Instagram and we will go ahead and connect you with our own in-house underwriting team.